Hello everybody, my name is Travis the Gamer, and I've actually come up with this build. It's pretty cool, I think I like it. I don't know if you guys will. If you do like this, by the end of the video, go ahead, or at any point in the video, put a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, definitely put a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below. I do have some plans in the future, but let's talk about this. So, what is this? So this is a project I've been doing. I have officially dubbed this as the Slim Tank. So why is it called the Slim Tank? Well, simple. This computer is actually an HP Pavilion Slimline. These computers were made in 2009. They're pretty good, like general use computers. And, oh wait, yes, I'll tell you what it actually had, and I can show you. So, this is an ITX motherboard, a mini ITX, or just an ITX motherboard, or a micro ATX. It depends on what you interpret it as. So this is the Arcania style board. If you want to know what type it is the M2N61AR, or in other languages, what is that called? Holy crap, acronyms. You could just basically say like civilian style. Mary 2 Nancy 61 Alpha and Romero. Yes, I nailed that, guys. Don't criticize me. I did it. Anyways, so this is an Arcania style motherboard. It does have a PCIe slot. You can tell by the little clip here, and a PCI slot. So you could put essentially a graphics card in here and, turn it into a nice emulator or a nice entry-level gaming PC. Speaking of which, if you were going to do that, you definitely need to upgrade the RAM, which, by the way, I'm going to tell you now, installing Windows 10 was a task by itself. It took almost 2 days to do it. I kid you not. 2 gigs of RAM. I'm pretty sure this is DDR2, so don't quote me. I think this is DDR2 memory. This right here is an Asus cooler. I don't exactly know what type of cooler. It just looks like it's a standard cooler. This is what I originally found. And because I broke the bracket that originally went over here, kind of jerry-rigged it with some twist ties. And underneath here, cooling this baby, or whatever it's supposed to be cooling, it is a Athlon 2 processor. It's from AMD, so as you can tell that it's AMD's because of this right here. So yeah, that's pretty much it with that. It does have some decent features in the back, like some very decent. So you got your PS2 mouse and keyboard, you got your digital audio, you have your VGA, your FireWire if you had any external drives. Kind of like acted like USB. So 4 USBs, and they're all, I believe, 2. You have your Ethernet, and then you got your, I believe, forget what it's called. I think it's like 2.1. We got your basic audio. It's pretty much it to it. The chipset heatsink is pretty massive, if I do say so myself. But yeah, this is the old, by the way. That's 2009. Let's move over here. So what do we have here differentiates itself from the rest? Well, first, there's a graphics card in here. I'll get to that in a second. So we have in here the Z370 gaming, or Z370i gaming motherboard. This is a 8th generation motherboard that only supports right now just one type of CPU. I currently have in here the i7-8700K processor. So if the family member of mine decided he or she wanted to overclock, I would definitely have to show them how to do that. But what we have cooling under here is a CryoRig C7. This is usually a fan favorite when it comes to cooling. Terribly sorry if my hand lags a little bit. And I decided to go ahead and give it a whirl to see how it works with this system. Now, underneath this optical drive, we do have memory in here. So I have ADATA. It has its rated speed is at 3000 megahertz, and I will definitely be taking advantage of that when I, boot this up. What I have here is an optical drive, only in the scenario that if my family member wanted to utilize it, they can. So what I have here is the 1050 Ti low profile edition from Gigabyte. This graphics card, it's a godsend that Gigabyte invented, because a build like this would not be possible without something like this, unless you get the 2200 or 2400G from AMD, so that way you can take advantage of the APUs. But we're not. We're taking advantage of a discrete graphics card with a high-powered processor. So how are we going to supply all this power? Well, we actually, compared to the typical power supplies that came with this is a 350 watt SFF or small form factor power supply. This is going to be non-modular, so you kind of have little to no choices with that. But this will be able to supply all the power we really need. It does have a 4-pin connector right here, and this is a 8-pin slot, so we're not going to be taking advantage of overclocking. So what we have from memory, we have an NVMe SSD in here, and it is from XPG, I believe that's the company's name. It's 256 gigs. That'll be the boot drive. It's more than enough forever, pretty much. And underneath here, right here, we actually have, if I can bring the camera and move it. So right there, what we have here, we have our 3 terabyte Hitachi drive. So that's going to be more than enough for anything like games, homework assignments, projects, stuff like that. You're not going to have any worries with this build. And yeah, so this was all pretty much accumulated over time. I don't know if I checked for plastic. I don't think there's any plastic with this. But yeah, let's go ahead and start this baby up. And oh, there is plastic. I sense plastic in the area. But don't worry, I'm going to take this plastic off when, we boot the system up. So let's do that. Ready, and yes, the sweet sounds of what optical drives sound like. So we got ourselves some nice RGB going on right there. You're not really going to see this once the case is over. You might see a little bit from here because of the perforations from here and underneath, by the way. So that graphics card will not starve for air, and this case will not starve for air. If I wanted to, I could have put, I think this is 20 millimeters. I could put that right there for more ventilation, but this is more than enough. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please put that thumb up, and definitely let me know if you want me to do more of this. Other than that, this is my slim tank build. I'm going to be putting the case on, and yeah, we'll definitely see what it looks like. So stay tuned. So as you can see, there's some RGB right there, and if you turn right here, you'll be able to see that. But here's the front. The reason why it's kind of like separated here a little bit is because the optical drive can't go all the way in, because if it does, then it will impede the CPU cooler. Let's go ahead and start this baby up. So you can see it does come out. All I have to do is just kind of like press the top here, like so. But hey, look, it boots! Woo! The baby boots. That's all that I care about. I can go ahead and fix the sounds later. CPU fan error, if you do see that, then don't worry about it. That's because of where I actually placed the header. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about that too much. A BIOS update should fix that. But thank you very much again for watching. Put a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, you can always put a thumbs down. And please comment in the section below. Comment section below if you want me to do more. Thank you, and have a nice day.